Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to our channel On Fees. In this episode, we will deep dive into a life of a principal. St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, one of the premier educational institutes in India, known for its academic excellence and rich heritage. Principal plays a pivotal role in guiding the institution towards its goals and upholding the esteemed reputation. Dr. Rajendra Shinde is renowned for his dedication to fostering holistic learning. Under his leadership, the college continues to thrive as a beacon of education in the heart of Mumbai. From Raju sir to Dr. Shinde, it's been quite a journey of about 40 years with St. Xavier's. Recently, he was also awarded the best principal by Mumbai University. Hello, sir. It's a privilege to have you here today. Let's begin with a little bit of your personal life. So, sir, just before we start, broadly, sir, what all aspects, I mean, from your personal things that we would want to cover is what I'm not aware of. So, I'll want to know a little bit more about yourself in personal capacity.
So what personal? What do you want to know?
Like for your family, maybe.
Yeah, I have a wife. I have a daughter who's in US.
Okay,
She is currently consultant to the World Bank
okay.
on education.
Oh, okay,
So the projects which World Bank gets or funds,
okay.
they do a lot of research. So she does that.
Acha.
My son is in the second year microbiology
Okay.
at Xavier's.
Oh, okay.
My wife teaches at South Indian Education Society Junior College, Nerul.
Okay.
She's a mathematics person.
Mm-hmm.
I have parents, both are with me.
Sure.
My brother, sister is in Australia.
Mm.
Brother is in Nasik.
Okay.
We come from a middle class family.
Perfect. So I also read somewhere that you basically come from Nasik, some place near to Nasik.
So my primary education, the school education, happened near Nasik, not in Nasik.
Mhm.
The next railway station to Nasik railway road is Oda.
Right.
My dad was a station master
Okay.
at Oda when I
Okay.
was studying in the first, second, third, and fourth.
Sure.
So that was a small place. I mean, just the
Right.
railway staff
Mm.
and a school where there was initially when we got transferred there, it had just the four walls, no
Mm.
roof or no door, and it was a Jilla Parishad ka school, ZP.
बरोबर आहे.
Okay, and one teacher was there.
Mm.
First teacher was Taide.
Taide.
Taide. He was there only for 1 year.
Okay.
But the next teacher who came was Vijay Gambhir Wagh,
Mhm.
young fellow. He was probably studying
Okay.
and then doing a part-time job or something like that. And he would come on a cycle from Nasik to Oda.
Mm.
In his tenure, I think the ZP gave him money and they put the wall and roof and all those kinds of things.
Mhm.
But that kind of a school.
Okay.
Then there was no further education.
Mm.
Either you go to Nasik
Mm.
or somewhere else. So my dad got transferred to Punitamba,
Mm.
Ahmednagar district,
Okay.
Sri Rampur, Kopargaon.
Mm.
So 5th standard to 10th standard.
Mm.
I was in a high school called Rural High School Punitamba. It was a missionary Methodist school,
Okay.
and I did my schooling there. I met some marvelous teachers there. I still remember them. Some of them are not now living; they're dead.
Sure.
No more. But it was a wonderful time in school. Again, there was no further education available in Puntamba.
Mm.
But instead of taking transfer from there, my dad gave me an opportunity to either go to Nasik or go to Mumbai, because I was born in Mumbai. My grandparents
Okay.
are from Mumbai.
Mm.
So I chose to study in Mumbai, and I came to Mumbai. I stayed at Bandra with my Maushi auntie,
Mm.
Mr. and Mrs. Wagh.
Mm.
It was a joint family, and I was one of them. Many out of those 10, 15 of them in a small house, I stayed with them. And 11th and 12th, I did at Bandra, St. Stanislaus,
Okay.
because it was
Nearby.
hopping, nearby. They were at Bazaar Road, and this was at Baroda Road. So 5 minutes. And no other college gave me admission when I came from Puntamba.
Okay.
And they were recruiting students, so I got in there. So 11th and 12th, I did there. After 12th, it was very tough because from Puntamba to St. Stanislaus, Bandra, was
Yeah, a complete different
complete
mindset.
180-degree change, right?
Right.
English was an issue.
Right.
Whatever was taught was not understood.
Okay.
But I did very badly in the first year, 11th standard. So I asked my dad, I would like to come back to Puntamba. So he said, well, if you come back, I will take you, but everybody will laugh at you. So that gave me something. I said, no, okay, I'll stay. Then I met a couple of friends who helped me a lot. So I used to actually go to his house because there was no place at auntie's house. So I found he had a big bungalow at Chimbai, Bandra. So he said, why don't you come here and we will study together. So every night I would go to his house, stay there. We would study together. In the morning I come back. So that's how I did my 11th and 12th there. Then the whole gang, they all Catholic Bandra boys.
Right.
We all were moving together for filling up the admission forms. So we went to Ruparel, we went to RIA, we went to National College. And Xavier's and Stanislaus, these are all sister concerns. So they all came here. They knew this place. I didn't know. They knew him.
Okay.
When I came here, I met one father at the gate who was actually teaching me biology at Stanislaus. And he said, oh, you want to come here? So I said, yeah. Okay. So he took us to one room. He gave us the form. He said, you write botany, zoology, chemistry. It's a wonderful combination. I didn't know actually what I'm going for,
Okay.
And I wrote that. They gave me the admission. And that's how I became a Xavier, right?
Right.
So I came to Xavier's in 1980. 81 was my first year BA, BSc. After I completed, when I was in third year end, April, May, my head of the department in botany, Dr. Sarama Almeida, she asked me, would you like to do a job? I will give you a job. So I said, yeah, why not? But I also want to do masters. So she said, I will give you opportunity to do masters by research. But simultaneously you will have to work. I said, okay, that's a wonderful idea. So I started my job in 1983, August, as a curator of the Blatter Herbarium. There's a herbarium in the department, which is a dried, pressed, preserved collection of plants. Okay. About 1.5 lakh specimens are there. There's an attached library. So I worked 8 years as a herbarium curator in the Blatter Herbarium, Department of Botany at St. Xavier's College. While doing that, I completed my master's and then registered for PhD. In 88, there was a vacancy, leave vacancy in teaching. And at that time, the management was not very in favor of Blatter Herbarium. They felt this is a white elephant. Expenditure, no result, no research projects were coming that time. So they wanted to shut down in any case. So they told me, this is a teaching opportunity, you come this side. So I was shifted from curator's post to the lecturer's post on a leave vacancy. And then slowly, I finished my PhD. The leave vacancy became permanent vacancy. Since then, I'm here. And as a lecturer, I did all kinds of jobs in college, all committees, examination committee, magazine committee, Mallar committee. You name the committee and I worked for it.
Okay.
Then I think sometime during Father Fraser's time, After the exam committee, he asked me to do international programs.
Mm.
So I worked for international program director's post for about 5 years. I think I performed well, so therefore Father Fraser said, "You've done a good job. Now you come to the first floor. This is the first floor wing
Mm.
where all vice principals and principals."
Perfect.
So he made me a vice principal.
Mm.
7 years I did that.
Mm.
Uh, it is actually two terms of 3 years each. I did 1 year extra.
Mm.
Then went back to the department as a head of the botany department.
Mm.
After 1 year, there was a vacancy here. I asked them, should I apply? And they said, yeah, you should apply. So I applied.
Mm.
And here am I as a principal of
Perfect.
Xavier's College. I didn't dream of it.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that I would sit in this chair.
Yeah.
It was just luck, I suppose.
So, so firstly, almost 4 decades that you've been
Yes,
associated.
43 years.
43 years as a student
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
faculty.
Faculty.
Uh, so we would want to know the evolution of this college from your perspective because of the tenure.
Mm.
So if you can throw
So,
some light there.
so a lot of changes. The kind of students have changed. The atmosphere has changed. Teaching pedagogy has changed. Cultural festival Mallar has evolved. I've seen 8 colleges participating in the early 3-4 years, 8 to 10 South Mumbai colleges.
Mm.
Now almost 200 colleges are participating in Mallar. Right?
Sure.
There used to be a program called Indian Music Group. We have a IMG
Mm-hmm.
where Indian classical music is promoted. And I remember as a student
Mm.
trying to sneak in without buying a ticket.
Okay.
Any normal student would try and do
Right.
that, right? So I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I get a special pass to sit right
Right.
in the front sofa. But I've done that. Students have changed. There was a lot of respect for teachers.
Mm.
I don't see that now.
Okay.
Okay, there's a tremendous change in attitude that they think no end of themselves. Of course, everybody is not like that.
Mm.
There are students who do respect their teachers, but most of the students come from a maybe elite family, and that might be the reason. COVID has changed, made those changes in them. So students, though I'm happy with few of them, majority of them I'm not happy.
Okay.
You tell them to wear ID card,
Mm.
they will not wear ID card.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them not to do this, they will do that.
Mm.
But earlier that was not there. I remember teacher just raising the eyes and we would, be quiet or listen to them whatever they say. So change wise it is, the student wise it has changed.
The whole mindset is
Whole
changed.
mindset has changed. And this is not at Xavier. It's
across.
common. It's a common
Right.
phenomenon across the
Sure. So we call these students the Gen Z
Gen Z,
today,
yeah.
the
They
millennials.
are also very smart. They're techno savvy. They are, the Google dictionary, Google University has made the change. I remember when I used to teach first year, second year, third year, I had a student who would sit at the back with the computer on, and I would get very irritated. But he would actually check the facts what I was saying.
Okay.
Okay. So Google came at that time. This is, I'm talking about 97, 2000, or little later, that kind of things. But phones were not there. People had no access to phones or something
Not
like
that
this.
easy.
Not that easy. I remember there used to be those public phones on the pillars here, and we would, preserve 1 rupee coin for the phones. Those phones have disappeared.
Right.
So the technology has changed. Before COVID, we were not allowing students to carry phones in the classroom.
Okay.
We used to talk about putting jammers. Now I think we tell them like, okay, you open your phone and look at this kind of things, or let's have an online class.
Sure.
You sit anywhere. I will sit here and take a class. So that evolution has happened completely, and it's a tremendous change.
Right.
Sometimes you feel scary and fine, now it's time to hang your boots and make a place for someone else who's more tech savvy, or more welcoming to these kind of students.
Sure.
So the students are sharper, smarter, faster. Before you say something, I see it even at my home. If I don't know anything, I would just simply ask my son, and he would
Mm.
show it to me, or he would tell me, do this, and
Mm.
or sometimes the PowerPoint presentations. Um, if I get stuck, I just call him and he does it.
Mm.
So we didn't know the PowerPoint. I remember when I did a PowerPoint, I had gone 1 year to South America
Right.
to teach
Yes.
Guyana. When I came back,
Mm.
I started using those techniques here. I learned PowerPoint there. And here, then I remember one of my senior teachers saying, PowerPoint presentation, that means the teacher doesn't know the topic. It is because they forget, they use a PowerPoint presentation. This
Oh.
was there. Now I think without PowerPoint having a lecture, students won't understand anything.
Mm.
So these are changes I've seen, and
So, catering to the mindset of the students, if we talk about that, there is a lot of effort or a coping up mechanism that goes internally with the staff here. So, if you talk about yourself, that's one side of the story. Probably, what I understand is you've been through some places and you're more adapting. But how has it gone with across your staff members? How's their mindset evolved with uh, the to cater to the mindset of the students? Have
so
they faced any difficulties, any challenges in that way?
so people of my age have definitely faced the challenges, right?
Okay.
uh, Teachers who have taught me, I'm sure they would have found it difficult to operate computers, or PowerPoint presentations or something like this. I think the my age group adapted the PowerPoints and different apps on computer which can be used for teaching
Mm.
or used as a teaching tools, etc. The new generation which is coming in, they are already equipped,
Right.
right? So you will find teachers who found it extremely difficult. Even typing, people didn't know,
Mm.
because I remember I learned my typing on the typewriter with two fingers.
Mm.
I myself typed
Mm.
my MSc and PhD thesis with two fingers,
Mm.
right? And then the computers came in.
Mm.
So that change has happened. Teachers are now who are coming in are very tech savvy. That adaptation has already happened,
Mm.
because they're coming from
And
that kind of.
somewhere they also connect with the mindset of the.
Yes, so they will find it very easy.
Mm.
But suppose I call my teacher who is already retired, if she comes here, she's alive.
Mm.
If she comes, she will not be able to teach that.
Mm.
So the newer generation has already learned those techniques. They come here with all those uh, tools. They know them very well: Excel,
Right.
PowerPoint. And now you see the next change is happening. No, AI is taking over. Artificial intelligence is completely taking over, and now we have to adapt to that.
Mm.
So the younger generation is adapting it to very fast,
Right.
whereas the senior teachers, some of them have picked it up fast,
Mm.
some of them are struggling, some of them are using it. I use it only for now. I know somewhere at the back of my mind that my English is not so good, so why not draft a letter, put it on a AI, and ask the AI to redraft the letter, and beautifully it does. So
Sure.
I've been using AI for drafting letters, speeches. As a
Mm.
principal, I have to give speech for each and everything.
Mm.
I'm supposed to be expert in
Mm.
A to Z, right? And prepare a speech. So I used to find it difficult.
Mm.
I'm not a very good orator. If you ask me to stand and give a speech, I don't give a speech.
Okay.
But AI has helped me.
Mm.
In fact, right from Shiva Jayanti to uh,
Yeah, you put
cancer
any
research
topic.
or kind of thing, and you will get a speech ready.
Exactly.
In fact, AI knows better than me about St. Xavier's College.
Okay.
Sometimes, I was reading one article today, and they said there was a printing press in St. Xavier's College. And my 43 years, I have never seen a printing press
Mm.
here. So I don't know from where they get information, but they have collected data,
Mm.
and this is a change now. People will have to adapt. We'll have to use AI in education.
Mm.
You cannot deny AI,
Mm.
or you cannot stop that, saying students are using it for copying or something like this.
Mm.
We will have to use it positively.
Sure. So my notion, like you say this, that earlier when we used to just show them the eyes and then students were like, okay. My notion of a principal from where I come from was a very strict kind of a person. However, you come across as a very humble, very grounded person. These traits, do they help you professionally?
Yes, it does help to be humble. I have a philosophy that most of the things can be done with a smile.
Hmm.
I very rarely shout at anyone, and at times I'm sarcastic. Just today's case, there were three students were caught by security,
Okay.
and they were brought to me with their ID cards. And what did they do? They were running in the, up and down, up and down, up and down. So she got irritated and she caught them.
Uh,
And they said, so I just told them, I said, the punishment is very simple.
hmm.
We all go to Marine Drive,
Hmm.
and you have a run from Air India building to Malabar. Whoever wins, I will give you the ID card back.
Okay.
So they were they were looking at my face, didn't realize whether I'm annoyed or upset or I'm
Hmm.
joking. Finally, I fined them 100 rupees each, and I said, next time we will definitely go to Marine Drive.
Hmm.
You're most welcome to run there,
Sure.
not in a college. So I tend to do these kind of things. As a punishment, I would give them some book to read and ask them to
Uh,
write a précis or something like this.
hmm.
In fact, I also discussing this, that why not we ask them to clean the campus as a
Hmm.
punishment. Community service
Yes.
could be a punishment rather than asking them to pay 1,000 rupees fine
Hmm.
or leave the college or something like that. It doesn't work.
Hmm.
Children minds, as I said, the
Right.
mindset is different now. So you
Hmm.
have to change yourself accordingly, and
Sure.
that way. Also, being polite, it helps with
Hmm.
public. I think I've built up a rapport with authorities, university, government,
Hmm.
and it has helped me basically.
Okay.
My work gets done
Hmm.
with just a smile and politeness.
So this is how it has been as a
Uh,
personality, or it has.
Me, yeah, it is always like this.
Okay.
It is always. I was
So
never.
personally, also, if I talk about Dr. Shinde,
Hmm.
he's the same person.
Yes, I'm not changed.
Okay.
I'm not changed.
Perfect.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be strict. Sometimes you have to raise the voice, but very rarely. 5 6 years, I must have raised my voice just 2 3 times. I can count that.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
but generally, while dealing with the staff, also,
Hmm.
I don't have to raise my voice.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure.
so my office staff is also very friendly
Hmm.
with me. I suppose I don't know
Okay.
whether they were. Also, I'm not a priest, right? That makes a difference.
Hmm.
The office staff looks at me differently.
Hmm.
People who come here think that I am a priest, so they will say Father Shinde. And instead of getting upset or annoyed, I just casually say, yeah, I'm a biological father. So nothing wrong in that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So I found a way to
Hmm.
deal with my
Uh,
anger
just look at things a little differently.
differently. Yeah, it
Sure.
works.
Hmm. Fair enough. So Saint Xavier's has consistently been on the top of the institutes, especially if I talk about India. Uh, is there any secret sauce to this? Like, to consistently being on the top is one thing.
See, when I came here as a principal, I think I inherited that legacy of brand,
Hmm.
right? For me, the most difficult job is or was to hold on to that legacy,
Hmm.
not to do something wrong, which, that we would slip from that and
Hmm.
come down.
Sure.
So I managed to do that.
Sure.
Okay. And of course, my faculty, my colleagues, they have been very cooperative, and credit would go to them. My management has been very supportive.
Sure.
Credit would go to them. But uh, come again with your question,
So,
sorry.
sir, basically it has consistently been
Yeah.
on the top
Okay.
even
So,
before you were the principal. So there
yes.
should be some things, right?
Yeah.
Which
So the kind of discipline it has been, the this is a college run by a specialized group called Society of Jesus,
Mhm.
right? Now, this Society of Jesus across the country, across, you take their examples, St. Xavier's Calcutta,
Mm,
St. Joseph Bangalore,
mm,
St. Xavier's Ranchi, St. Xavier's Ahmedabad, Loyola Chennai,
mm.
they are all Jesuits, the
Mm.
fathers.
Okay.
And the quality of education they have been imparting
Mm,
up till now has
mm,
been excellent education.
mm.
I'm one of the product of such education,
Sure.
right? So it's a good education,
Mm,
quality education, disciplined is maintained.
mm,
They always ask, teach you the values, the
mm,
ethos of the college, helping others, work for marginalized, be honest. All these things are taught here,
mm,
and everyone makes sure that they follow those things.
mm.
So probably that has helped
Those core
us.
value
Those core
systems.
values have helped
Mm,
the college to hold on to that position,
mm. Plus
right?
all the other
Yeah.
co-curricular
Yes.
is
Also,
that.
we have been also getting good students.
Mm.
Why
So
deny
the
that?
whole point
Yeah.
being that you've been able
Because
to
we are good.
attract.
Because we are good,
Mm,
we get more good students,
mm.
right?
And
And
then
and
it's
it
like a
it
factory, a
continues.
machine.
It continues. And because we get good students, we have good results.
Mm,
So they go out as a brand ambassador of college. They spread
absolutely.
again our name there. There are alumni.
Mm.
They're at various good positions they are
I
working.
have a question for
Yeah.
the alumni,
Hmm.
but maybe later. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
So I think that has helped us to maintain that kind of a quality.
Mm,
Okay. And we have been consistently doing well,
mm,
though it's a roller coaster ride, because if you see NAC,
mm.
we on our fourth cycle we slipped down a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. But maybe the reason is documentation.
Mm,
We were not very good in documentation. we
okay.
we know we are doing it,
Mm.
so why worry? So my earlier people, the predecessors or the people, were not documenting it,
Mm,
right? That I have done this today
mm,
is not documented.
mm,
You know I've done it,
mm.
he knows I've done it, I know I've done it.
Just
But now what is NAC is asking?
document.
Proof.
Mm,
You've done it, show us the proof.
mm,
बाप दाखव नाही तर श्राद्ध कर,
mm.
तसला प्रकार.
Okay.
So documentation was poor and therefore we lost it.
Okay.
Now, National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF,
Mm,
I'm very happy to put on record that St. Xavier's is the only college, arts, science, commerce college
mm,
from Mumbai
mm.
in top 100 institutions across India.
Yes.
No other college
Mm,
except the Nirmala Niketan,
mm.
which is not arts, science, commerce
Yes.
college. Right? We are the only one.
It's home science.
Huh?
Nirmala Niketan, home science.
It's no, they're social work,
Uh-huh.
not the home science. There are two. There
Yeah,
are
the
two.
other
They're
ones.
social
Yes,
work.
yes. Those are our clients
Right.
actually.
But say good colleges in Mumbai, you
Mm,
name them and they are not there.
sure.
We are the only one.
Mm,
But then that consistency is a issue.
mm.
We are in top 100, but sometimes 80,
Uh,
sometimes 90, sometimes 86, sometimes 94.
mm.
So something like
Being
that.
under 100 is
Yeah,
consistent.
it is a marvelous
Okay,
kind of
okay.
thing.
That's a
There's
great
a
thing.
magazine called Education World.
Mm.
Now, these rankings of magazines you have to take a little bit, with pinch of salt.
Yes.
But I still value that because they don't charge you anything. They look at
Mm,
your data,
mm.
and we have been consistently rank one as private autonomous college for last 5 years,
Oh, that's
right?
interesting.
So that kind of ranking, NIRF ranking, NAC, we managed to hold on to that position.
Mm. Okay, so one, because of the conversation, I feel that your role requires you for enabling some crucial decisions, to take crucial decisions every now and then. At times, a decision is a hard decision. It might have arisen out of conflict, and then conflict resolution also becomes a play. Given the nature, given the personality traits that you have, I'm sure it has been easy for you. But some instances, maybe from the near past or something, where you would have come across something like this, and how would you have managed? Uh,
With just keeping yourself cool and calm.
okay,
If there is a conflict, you have to keep yourself calm, cool, and I think my colleagues know me as a Mr. Cool in the college. I
okay,
normally handle. There are times where you have to take a decision, and so far so good. All my decisions are right decisions. We have never done anything wrong,
okay,
so it has worked.
perfect.
Yeah, the number of courses we have started, they have worked.
Hmm,
They're going whatever new programs we have initiated.
hmm,
They have my management supported me. We started those programs.
hmm,
They're going full,
sure.
right? NEP we have implemented,
Hmm,
National Education Policy.
hmm,
We didn't have much choice there. We were told to do it,
hmm,
but the way we wanted to do, we did it. We told them that we are autonomous, so we will have our autonomy, and we would like to do the way we want to do it.
hmm,
And ultimately the university has agreed. All autonomous colleges, we put our foot down, and there were some issues between university and autonomous colleges, and they agreed that it is a illustrative chart, or illustrative, or it is suggestive.
hmm,
So in that, college has a freedom to do it, so we have implemented our own credit systems and the
hmm,
kind of things.
sure.
So decisions are not gone wrong so far.
Okay.
What went wrong? I guess there are things that have gone wrong. When NEP is implemented, NEP's main idea was to give multiple choices
Hmm,
so that students get ample opportunities.
hmm,
Earlier, we were very rigid that
hmm,
you can do botany, zoology, chemistry, or you can do only
hmm,
physics,
hmm,
chemistry, maths.
okay.
There were only 11 combinations in
Hmm.
science, or
11
nine,
is a huge number.
or in 9 in arts.
Hmm,
Uh, the idea of NEP was multiple opportunities. So my colleague said, no, no, we should do this, and I supported them.
okay.
Uh, we ended up giving 42 combinations in arts and almost 20 plus combinations in science.
Hmm,
As a result, we ended up having long hours in colleges.
hmm,
The infrastructure, we don't have those many classrooms
hmm,
available, and therefore hours increased.
hmm.
There are gaps because students are not available.
My God.
There some students are doing here, some students are doing that course.
Right,
All may not be available for this, so you have to wait till everybody is free.
right.
But we learned lesson, and now we will modify,
The
make a correction in that in the next academic year, and we
perfect.
will try and minimize that. So sometimes it happens.
Sure. So one thing that I mean, the research said was that if I look at your fees, 15 years back, 10 years back, 5 years back, and today, fees has not increased much. It's been almost the same. Uh, the costs have increased? If I look at the numbers, how do you manage to still run this institute seamlessly? I understand that at times there are aided colleges and the salaries come from the government. That is all fine. One side of the story. But still, there are so many other costs also. And how?
So we do find it difficult. It is not that it is easy.
Mhm,
Um, the fees, I wholeheartedly agree with you that we have not uh, skyrocketed them.
mhm,
Okay, but we have increased recently in last say 10 years.
okay,
Thrice we have increased 10 to 15% in BA, BSc.
sure.
In fact, after NEP was implemented, we realized we will have to hire many guest faculties to
Hmm,
pay them. So BA fees or BSc fees, which was 5 and 6,000, we have straight away went to 10,000
hmm,
this year,
okay.
right? What we've done is we've started new programs which are unaided,
Hmm,
and we've placed them at 1 lakh.
uh-huh,
So big data analytics is 1 lakh
sure.
MSc. MSc physics is 1 lakh.
Mhm,
MA psychology is 1 lakh 10,000 or 1 lakh
okay.
approximately. I don't remember the figure, but they are up between 90 and 1.10.
So there are some courses which are
Some
profitable,
unaided
unaided.
courses.
Right.
So those courses, of course, that is not. I mean, it doesn't help us to meet two ends.
Okay.
Okay, so lot of um, uh, grants we get from the government or the alumni which supports us. Also, see, recently we constructed a new computer lab. There was a old alumnus from Cambodia, Colombia,
Okay.
who gave us 2 crores to build that lab.
Okay.
So we use that. We have been very lucky. We got grants from RUSA, 5 crores
Uh,
in this 5 years tenure.
oh.
We got grants from DBT Builder, 3 crores for postgraduate programs.
Okay.
Of course, that doesn't cover salary.
Ah.
So salary management is running in loss actually. When I took over, it was 1 crore per annum the loss. Now it is 3 crores per annum the loss.
Right.
So they probably invest money. They have my earlier principals of before that, they have invested that safe fixed deposits, etc. So the income is generated through that as much as possible.
So from
But
the
there,
grants, from the funds
from
that
the
you,
grants, equipments and
the
instruments and
infrastructure.
infrastructure,
Okay.
salary is always a problem,
Sure.
and we run in deficit.
Sure.
And we're trying to minimize that by starting new programs which will be funded, charged with high fees.
Right.
But still, we have not yet reached to that point where it will
Right.
be made. We're still running in loss.
So do you also are being able to attract students globally, or
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
We get students across India
Okay.
and from abroad. Of
Okay.
course, the abroad students are basically from Southeast Asia, Bangladesh,
Okay.
Dubai. All most of the Indians who have settled there, they would send their children
Okay.
back here. But we get exchange students from Europe, from US, from France. So these countries, there are foreigners here who come here for a short while, for 2 months or for a semester, and but not many. It would
Okay.
be within 30 to 50 people at a time.
So these are like exchange programs.
Exchange programs.
Okay.
Yeah, exchange programs. But the students who come and do degree programs are those who come from these Middle East and Southeast Asia,
Okay.
those countries.
Sure.
Mm.
So if let's talk about a little about technology now. From the technology per se, the students are techno savvy, no second doubt about it. Are we being able to offer them the relevant technology, or we are lagging a little behind?
We are lagging a little behind.
Okay.
I mean, why? Since I said these are my ethos, I wouldn't lie, right?
Yeah.
See, till COVID, we were not very Wi-Fi enabled campus. Pre-COVID era, the Wi-Fi was available in the cafeteria, the canteen area. Students were not getting Wi-Fi in the corridor, right, or in the classrooms. In fact, that was seen as a deterrent. No,
Yes.
we were saying jammer, right?
Yeah, I remember.
So,
I remember those days.
right. So we were talking about jammers. But after COVID, we realized that we have to have a Wi-Fi across the campus. In fact, many colleges before us had Wi-Fi before, but we started putting those what they call those boxes around like this.
The Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi boxes, right? They have a particular term. So we have now put them in all the classrooms. So students are getting Wi-Fi there. Each student is getting a login ID, password. Free Wi-Fi is
Free.
Free, yeah, of course, they get it free. So that,
I mean, that's a part of the fees.
That's a part. No, we've not charged that as a fee. There is no specific component there.
Okay.
It's within that amount, I suppose. We've raised the fees.
Sure.
Examination fees are raised. Also, the hybrid teaching and learning started. So we realized we need the equipment. So the camera is purchased or are purchased. Some of the classrooms have that facility.
Okay.
No, but not all the classrooms. Again.
But we are getting there.
We are getting that. In fact, there were no CCTV cameras on campus.
Right.
Okay. One donor came, alumnus, and he said, I would like to help college. I said, okay, this is a need of an hour and I need cameras.
Mm.
And he gave me the money. I put 86 cameras now across the
Wow.
college, but I still need
I know.
double than that, because each today only I was talking to my
Right.
colleagues and they said, no, each classroom must have cameras,
Mm,
CCTV
mm,
cameras. So each classroom minimum 4 cameras, 4 corners. So I have 59 classrooms.
So
So
200,
another
a
30
little more
lakhs, yeah,
than.
another
Mm,
30 lakhs.
okay.
So we are trying to reach to that level.
Mm,
Um the management is proactive.
mm,
They don't mind investing it.
mm.
If they have money, they will give. If they don't have, they try and get the money from donors,
Right.
from alum. We are lucky that we've got a very good alumni
Yeah.
database.
Yes. I know. I know.
155 years. In fact, just last week, Pankaj Udas died.
Yes, I know.
Right?
He's
The
your
Pankaj
alumni.
Udas was a botany student,
Ah, okay.
and I remember he doing a program, performing somewhere for the college.
Ah,
So like that,
yes.
even the Fali Nariman,
Mm.
the advocate,
Ah,
one who died, he was a Xavierite.
yes.
Same day, Amin Sani died. Amin Sani was a Xavierite.
Mm,
So these people like them
mm.
have been helping
Sure.
college,
So,
getting
any
money.
of these big personalities who've also studied under you, maybe, and now have reached places?
Under me, I don't remember any
Okay.
big personality right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another 10 years time,
You.
one who's somewhere here will reach that stage,
Okay.
and then I can say, okay,
Yeah.
my student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So, typically, how does a day in principal's life look like? Like, how does your day look like?
Different period of the year will have a different
Hmm.
strata of the day.
Okay.
Okay, June, July, August, you are tortured by people for admission.
Ah, okay.
Okay, there's a huge line. You don't
Mm-hmm.
get time to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So I normally reach college by say 8:30, sometime 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Mostly by 9 I'm in college. I stay at Nerul, so I
Mm-hmm.
travel.
Okay.
And so 9 to, sometimes my lectures, sometimes I don't take much lectures. I'm supposed to take 6 lectures, but I have a PhD students,
Mm-hmm.
6 of them right now.
Okay.
So guiding them,
Mm-hmm.
having a research projects on my own, looking at that. MSc students sometimes. So that I what I've realized is difficult to teach
Mm-hmm.
basically,
Okay.
because you people don't leave you free.
Mm.
I have put a notice there 10:30 to 12:30, but
We
that doesn't
read that.
happen.
Okay.
But it doesn't work because the teachers or faculty starts coming from this door, right?
Mm.
As soon as you step in, somebody will be following you for signature,
Mm.
right? And I have an open door policy.
Okay.
So I've never said no to any faculty who comes to me, or any non-teaching staff who comes to me. So
Mm-hmm.
it's always open from this side.
Okay.
Students also, if I'm here, my door is open.
Mm.
June to August, I keep it closed post lunch,
Mm.
because otherwise it's torture,
Mm.
right? Those first 3 months, it's constantly somebody's coming and asking you for admission. So you
Okay.
keep talking.
So, how do you handle this? I mean, you have to say no most of the
Yeah, as
time.
I said, keep yourself calm and cool and say no.
Perfect.
With
Okay.
smile, you can convince them, ki, see how other colleges are better than my college. So go there. You know,
Okay.
in fact, sometimes I say, what is there in Xavier's? Just the
Okay.
walls around here.
Okay.
I have to convince them, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a seat to offer them.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Many times the counseling helps.
Mm.
See, students come here, they are good, they want to study here. That's also fine.
Mm.
But many of them don't know exactly what they want to do.
Mm.
Because you're doing this, I want to do this.
Okay.
So if you talk to them, if you counsel them properly,
Mm.
some many of them listen and they'll go away.
Mm. Sometimes the people will with power
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
also.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I can write a book on it,
Okay.
but that will be a explosion.
Mm.
That how people blackmail you, or
Mm.
how the people in power
Mm.
misuse their power to
Mm.
get admissions here.
Mm.
Sometimes you just can't help, because
Ah.
uh, they are the paymasters, right? The salaries is coming from government of Maharashtra. So you have to sometimes oblige to them. Um, there are many government agencies you will have to oblige to them, right? But majority of the time you can convince them. If this is students are bad, we tell them that look, our level here is very high. Yours whom you are bringing in will not cope up, will fail. It is better he or she. I normally ask them, where do you stay? And then I can, okay, so there is this college, that college, it will be good for you. So convincing them, asking them. Many people go very happily. I'm very happy and satisfied with my own counseling, because people tell me, sir, बहुत अच्छा समझाया आपने, and they go back with a smile. नाराज होके नहीं जाते.
कि यहाँ एडमिशन नहीं मिला,
हाँ,
बट आई दे आर बैक सेइंग कि इससे बेटर कॉलेज,
बेटर मिल
बेटर
सकता है, या
ऑप्शन.
गलत जगह आ गए हम कहीं और, ये जगह हमारे लिए नहीं है. I can convince them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, with this big tenure that you've had, any memories that you have which are like, which you're going to, remember for life?
Memory as a student, or memory as a teacher, or memory as a principal?
So, anything, the top of your list maybe. As a principal, maybe first.
As a principal, not very. Okay, good memories as a principal. I was traveling somewhere. As I entered in a plane, that person recognized me, and he said, "Your Principal Shinde." I said, "Yeah." I took my seat economy class. After some time, the purser came and said, "Sir, my boss has asked me to take you to the business class. There's a vacant seat." So I said, "I'm comfortable here." He said, "No, no, no. You're a principal of the college." So,
Wow.
Being a principal of St. Xavier's College, I don't know whether I would have got the same treatment if I was a principal of some college from Kalyan,
No, so this is
Badlapur.
definitely, you're not a normal principal.
Exactly.
I mean, it's.
So I get lot of respect, and which I really enjoy. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
किसको अच्छा नहीं लगेगा अगर
Absolutely.
कोई. So that is just one example. Whenever I go to Delhi for some presentations or something, I get a tremendous respect from even the panelists. कि अरे हाँ, जेवियर्स के हो ना आप, आपका तो सब अच्छा ही रहेगा, कोई जरूरत नहीं है देखने की. ऐसा भी सुना है मैंने. In fact, that time I was not a principal, I was a vice principal, and I used to go and present at Department of Biotechnology at New Delhi.
Okay.
And 2-3 times the panelists have said, हाँ autonomous है ना, पहले ही आपका सब चेक किया हुआ है, no worries,
The CIBIL check is done.
Done. And we would get grants. We got good grants just because we are
The
Xaviers.
brand helps
Brand
in a
help.
big way.
Brand helps. So that's as a principal. Of course there are good memories with students as a principal. I sometimes you feel very happy and satisfied when you help someone. I get a lot of, as I said, demand for the admissions. One big shot came for the admission. With him there was a constable walking in, the security guy.
Okay.
And he was listening to us. And I convinced the big shot saying, no, I cannot give it to you. I don't have a seat right now. As and when there is a vacancy, I'll get back to you. This is my normal answer. कि right now कुछ नहीं है, जब हो जाएगा तब बुला लेंगे आपको. That fellow, this constable, after half an hour came back alone. And he started crying. He said, sir, बड़े बड़े लोगों को हम लेके आते हैं, लेकिन हमारे बच्चों के लिए कोई नहीं कुछ करता. So I asked him, क्या चाहिए आपको, क्या है? And I helped him out and I gave the admission. In fact, that person wanted admission for MBA program, which is not my institute, XIMR. Right. And I requested my management and they obliged and they gave. Right? The constable now, he keeps coming to me, sir, कुछ काम है, काम असल तक. I don't have any work with him. But I feel happy that I could help. There are several such cases I've helped. Okay. Gone out of my way. Poor people, and I've given them admissions without any questions. And management has also supported me. I
Mm.
said, give,
Mm.
end of it. As a lecturer, I have always enjoyed teaching. I'm a botanist, so I'm a field person. I love going out,
Mm.
looking at plants and teaching plants. And
Mm.
so once I'm known as a field botanist, right?
Mm.
People, my students know me कि अरे राजू सर के साथ तो फील्ड वर्क पे जाने का.
Mm.
We have a villa at Khandala,
Okay.
opposite Zara's resort,
Mm.
Rajmachi Point. There is a St. Xavier's villa.
Okay.
And I was taking a student, and we were walking, looking at plants.
Mm.
Suddenly, a car stopped.
Mm.
One boy and his mother got down.
Mm.
And he said, when he came close and I could recognize him, he's one of my student. Hoga.
Mm.
So he said, Raju sir, I was just telling my mother कि राजू सर के साथ इधर आया था बॉटनी सीखने के लिए and you are right in front of me. So
Right.
that kind of a student remember you
Mm.
with the plants कि
Mm.
सर ने जो सिखाया.
Mm.
So it gives you satisfaction.
Sure. So students do used to call you Raju sir. After you become the principal, they still
They
call you
still call me Raju
Raju
sir.
sir.
Many
Okay.
people call me. My colleagues call me Raju sir.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them are my contemporaries, my batchmates. So they call me Raju. So the rule, not even rule, it's unwritten thing. When there is someone else sitting, they will say, "Sir."
Mm.
In private, they'll call me Raju. I
Okay.
don't mind.
Perfect. Okay.
It's okay.
You worked with people who were your teachers also at some point in time. There, how's the equation? And let's say when you become the principal,
Uh,
or
when
it's
I
changed
became a no,
gradually.
when I became a principal, not many seniors were there. There
Okay.
were a couple of them, but could manage.
Sure.
They respected me. I respected them equal.
Okay.
I took their help.
Mm-hmm.
कि भाई you're senior, guide me, help me out.
Okay.
Best way is to consult them.
Mm.
They don't feel neglected.
Mm.
It worked. Not many seniors, just two
Okay.
or three people.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, do you enjoy being a professor or being a principal?
I started liking administration
Okay.
because as I said, I get a respect from people,
Mm.
and that is what I think
Is
is
the motivation for
motivation for me to do more and more administrative work.
okay.
Many places, wherever I go, I been always. The last month, I had gone to Manipal.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't know who I am.
Mm.
And they had invited many school principals.
Mm.
I was only college principal. So I was wondering, why have they called me here? So it was a school of social sciences, and they were trying to promote social studies. After hearing sometime, there I realized that because our arts faculty is strong, our students do a lot of good work in sociology, psychology, they have called me.
Mm.
But the faculty didn't know me. After the introduction, when I introduced myself, oh, St. Xavier's principal. I said, yeah, I'm St. Xavier's principal. Then the whole perspective changed.
Mm.
So this, somewhere at the back of my mind, I like it, right? And I enjoy it.
Anybody would.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. So, one thing is botany as a career happened by fluke, is what I am
Yes,
understanding.
absolutely.
So, if not botany,
I wanted to be a medical doctor.
okay.
Which probably, since I didn't know English, my 12th standard marks went down and I couldn't get admission in the medical college. Obviously not. Who will give me admission at 60% or 76? I think I got 67 or something like that.
Okay.
Very low. And I didn't have money to go to college where these DY Patil type of colleges.
Okay.
So I became a doctor. Ghas fus ka
right. Perfect. So when you're not working, like maybe on a Saturday, Sunday, like what do you do?
Well, earlier when I was a student or I was teacher, I would Saturday, Sunday, I used to be in a national park.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 10, 15 years, uh, regularly from June to October, I would go to national park
Mm-hmm.
with students. We were helping university. There were groups of people, BNHS, extramural studies university.
Okay.
After I became principal, that has stopped because of work, because I still have a lot of work to do.
Mm.
Uh, on
Okay.
Sunday, I have work to do, so I keep doing that work. And then I realized that my sleep is, I'm deprived of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So now my first opportunity on Sunday, and I would take a nap,
Mm.
sleep, best, or read newspapers, best, you know.
And how does your me time, the family time look like? Do you
Difficult,
watch like?
evening only after dinner or something
Okay.
like this,
Oh.
but not much of family time. In fact,
Okay.
that area I've suffered.
Mm.
Right?
The job has taken a toll
Job has
there.
taken a toll there.
Mm. So no Netflix or.
Lately I've started seeing
Okay.
Netflix because
Okay.
of the, I think, covid gave a lot
Acha.
of time, so then
Fair
Netflix
enough.
and all those kinds of things. But before that, no, I my wife likes to see those spy stories on Netflix, and I think some of them I also start, I sit with her and I say, oh, these are quite mind boggling. They it's like you stick there and you want to see all the episodes in one shot. So those kinds of serials I see them sometimes on Sunday, but I would
Mm.
still go and sleep in the afternoon
Okay.
and they keep watching.
Uh-huh. So the preference is towards resting,
resting
sleeping.
rest is, yeah,
Okay.
because
Okay.
otherwise it's very difficult to take a rest.
Mm.
Most of the
So,
principals must be sleep deprived
acha. So
animals.
this is across, I mean.
Across, yeah.
Okay.
It's very stressful.
Mm.
It's not simple.
And still you keep a smile
That's,
on
I
your
think, the
face.
nature that helps.
Mm. Fair enough. Uh, we'll also want to talk a little bit about Malhar.
Mm.
It's one of the biggest festivals in the country today.
Mm.
Can you throw some light there? Like, how.
See, these festivals like Malhar and many festivals. In
Mm.
fact, the time has come now for the college to decide whether we have all of them.
Mm.
There are some 28 festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Or we do rationing.
Mm.
We say 14 will happen this year, 14 will happen next year.
Okay.
But Malhar, as I said, I've seen Malhar with 8 colleges,
Mm.
grown up to 200 colleges. See what they do, what Malhar does to student is skill development.
Mm.
It's an excellent program for it's a kind of a course.
Right.
So soft skills are developed. If
Mm.
you are one of those top organizers in Malhar team,
Mm.
you will know how to talk to
Mm.
person, how to negotiate with people. See, the funding they manage themselves.
Yeah.
College does not fund, right? They will find the sponsors. Getting sponsors nowadays is extremely difficult,
Mm.
but they get it. They will approach companies, they will approach the sponsors,
Mm.
they will negotiate with them, they will approach municipal corporation for n number of permissions which we
Mm.
require. One student told me, sir, you don't know, you have to bribe them. We bribe them. I said, oh, you also learn. So it teaches you all kinds of life skills.
Mm.
He says it's not easy to get a permission from BMC for something. So sometimes you have to give in.
So more than 100 organizers in the team,
Oh, Mallar has a 1200 to
volunteers
1300
and.
volunteers.
Mm.
It's a task force, they call it, Mallar
Yeah.
Task Force.
Mm.
So around now, in fact, the interviews are happening tomorrow here.
Mm.
They will select the chairpersons, 4 vice chairperson
Mm.
and chairperson now,
Mm.
and then they will start functioning for Mallar 24, August 24.
Mm.
So preparation begins tomorrow. In fact, the ad is already come in,
Mm.
applications have come in, and the vice principals and the teachers team, Mallar teachers committee,
Mm.
will interview them and select 4 people.
Right.
Once the 4 people are selected, those 4 people will then select 10 people. Those 10 people will select
Mm.
another group of volunteers.
Mm.
teachers then don't
This
participate.
festival,
Mm.
from the budget's perspective,
Mm.
run across crores?
No, no, no,
No.
no. Anything between, say, at times it has gone to 20, 25.
Okay.
Uh, Sometimes it has crossed 35, 40.
Okay.
We've gone in losses also. Sometimes college also had to pay.
Okay.
COVID was a bad period. So after the COVID, that year after COVID, we went into loss. College had to pay a few lakhs rupees. But somewhere management feels that that's the good stage for uh, perform, to show their talents, hone their skills, creativity, enthusiasm, learn new things, bonding, one-to-one human team building. All these things Malhar teaches you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Malhar is one of the, I would say it's kind of a course. Whoever gets
And
into
also that
yeah.
helps you to attract the
Yes.
kind of talent that
Yes. So
some or the
people
other.
come here many times during orientation program. I ask you, how many of you here have joined college from Malhar? And many people raise their hands. Not for academics, but for Malhar.
Right.
Because of the exposure. That's an exposure
Yeah.
given to them.
It's a soft skill,
Softs, yeah.
that kind of a course in itself.
Many people, those who have chaired Malhar positions or vice chairpersons, get excellent job offers from big companies, because handling 1,000+ students.
That's almost like an exam for them.
Yeah, no, it's like a principal handling 5,000 college students, no. So if you're a chairperson, can manage those 1,000+ students with 200 other colleges participating, they get a good job offer.
A little controversial question. What is your take on quotas in an educational institute?
Personally, I'm not in favor.
Okay.
Okay, because I think it's a long time now. People are doing well. Um, right now, most of them are misusing it. Right, those who are really in need, they're not getting those facilities. So maybe it's time to decide the quota on financial status. Ki your income is economically backward,
Sure.
that kind of instead of caste quota.
Okay.
It has no meaning.
Sure.
Right. That's my personal take.
Okay. Fair enough. One last question for today, sir. What after this? Any plans?
Well, I will be happy to continue if someone asks me to continue. I would complete 62 in 25, May 25. So after that, if I think if my physical conditions permit me to work, I would continue to serve in education.
Okay.
Whatever I've learned, my expertise, if I can help apply, preferably in a rural area where people need help.
Sure.
I don't mind going to rural area and work there for some time. It will also give me an opportunity to stay in a pure environment outside.
It will
Mumbai.
give us an opportunity to interview you again, maybe. We are.
Yeah. I will look forward to that kind
We
of
look forward to
situation.
this.
Yeah.
We had an amazing, personally, I feel that I'm privileged to have this interview with you. It has been very insightful. I'm sure all our audience, the viewers, will love to hear you out, will love to hear a life of a principal, especially with St. Xavier's, because this gives them overall view of, it is just not easy to be a principal. It comes with its own pluses and minuses.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So thank you again, sir. Thank
You're
you
most
for
welcome. Yeah.
this interview. I hope you've liked today's podcast. Please let us know in the comment section. Please subscribe to our channel if you like our content. Also, let us know what you would like us to cover for our next session. Thank you.